Then God calls Moses up onto the mountain. They have a somewhat comical misunderstanding about prior staging instructions, God now insisting that the people not come up on the mountain, even though they already heard the shofar blast indicating the coast was clear, and that they shouldn't break through to look at God even though he said he would be in sight of everyone. Moses assures God everything is copacetic, and evidently with his unfounded concerns put to rest, God tells Moses to come back with Aaron alone, but for good measure tells Moses again that the people should not come up. Then Moses goes back down the mountain, forgets about Aaron, and instead speaks to the people. We are not told what he says, and that's the end of chapter 19. So far, the people have seen lightning or maybe fire, and heard thunder and or a shofar blast, and perhaps felt the mountain tremble. Chapter 20 begins out of the blue with God speaking what we know as the 10 Commandments or Decalogue, which include the famous commandments to honor your father and mother, remember the Sabbath, don't murder, don't steal, etc. It does not say to whom he addresses this speech. However, it seems from verses 15 and 16 later that God is speaking to Moses alone, even though Moses is still together with the Israelites at the foot of the mountain. We have to presume Moses is memorizing it all as he hears it, and there's no indication that the Israelites are hearing anything. After the conclusion of the Decalogue, verse 15 says that the people witnessed the thunder and lightning, the shofar sound, and the mountain smoking, and they fell back to a distance. Nothing about seeing or hearing God. They tell Moses to intercede between themselves and God, because if God actually speaks to them, they will die. So they remain at a distance while Moses goes into the thick cloud where God is. No mention now of thunder, lightning, smoke, or even mountain, just cloud. Then starting in verse 19, God speaks to Moses alone. He tells Moses to relate to the Israelites that they themselves saw God speaking to them from the heavens, which they really did not in any sense, either the speaking part or the heavens part. And then in chapter 21, God lets fly with instructions for building an altar and 3 chapters of assorted laws known as the Covenant Code, including more about the Sabbath, which Moses is again presumably furiously memorizing, and some instructions for attacking the land of Canaan, and promises to send an angel that he never does. The people hear none of this, of course, because it is a private communication to Moses alone.